chest today. Had a great pump. NWO, New World Order. Good lift. We good. Yeah, chest today. Currently 8:36. Headed home. I think we're gonna watch the new Hunger Games tonight as a family. Ballad of Songbirds, and I don't know what it's called, but it's good. My wife likes it. I like Hunger Games. It's not too shabby. Man, I had a great lift. It was short, less than an hour, but chest has always been one of my favorite lifts, you know? Even though I tore my pec a while back, a few years, 4 or 5 years ago, and now this one's way more full than this. You can just look at it and tell. And I was stupid. I didn't use wisdom, and I didn't go in to get it checked out until it was too late, and they told me there was nothing they could do for it. Now, this guy wasn't a specialist, but, you know, haven't really looked into it since, and I don't necessarily want to go through surgery. Now, maybe that's foolish of me. The scripture that we read today, Mosiah 8:20. I'm just parking the red light right now so I can do this. Mosiah 8:20 talks about having wisdom. Oh, how marvelous are the works of the Lord, and how long doth he suffer. Something about his children, and talks about his children not using wisdom. It's almost like the natural man wants us to be stupid, wants us to make poor decisions. And my pec tear, definitely a poor decision. Lifting like normal, but definitely a poor decision not going in and getting it checked out. And I really like that scripture. You know, it's kind of harsh. But at the end of the day, it just proves to me that God doesn't want a bunch of stupid people. He wants us to gain knowledge in this life, but he also wants us to have common sense. He wants us to be smart. He wants us to exceed and excel in life. I like that. As a parent, I want my kids to exceed and excel. When I catch them doing something stupid, it definitely frustrates me. And sometimes all I can think is, be smart. But how many times has God thought that about me? A lot, probably. And there's times that I think that I've thought that about myself. When you train, you want to train smart. You know, there's a guy in there tonight, and I don't throw shade on anybody, right? But I do observe. I've been lifting for quite a while. I'm also not the biggest guy, but I'm not the smallest guy. So there's this kid had giant legs. I mean, I don't know if he's a kid. I don't know how old he was. Giant legs. And he was on leg press, and he was doing, what's that, 630, 720, 810, minus 40. So he was 770 plus the actual, seated leg press. So yes, 860, but he would only go halfway down. Nah, that doesn't count. And the smart thing would be to take some weight off and go all the way down and push up. That's where you're going to get the most from your workout. Now, I'm sure that there's some things that people see me do and they're like, "Well, bro, doesn't make any sense." I get it. Like I said, I've made plenty of dumb decisions in my life. But we always want to be learning. We always want to be humble enough to learn. If you can't be humble about something, if you can't take positive, constructive criticism, don't do it. Because you're going to learn so much from the people around you. That's also why you want to surround yourself with greatness. Because if you've got a bunch of idiots around you, guess what? The chances of you winding up an idiot can be pretty high. We gotta be strong. And it's funny too how take the Jedi Council, for example, up until Order 66. Now, if you're not much for the lore, if you don't know a lot about the lore of Star Wars or anything like that, the Jedi Council was kind of starting to become corrupt. Not in the sense of they were doing evil, but in the sense of they strayed far from what they originally were. They were peacekeepers. And because of the war, they allowed themselves to be soldiers. And what happened when they became soldiers? They were the pawns of Emperor Palpatine. Now, getting to what I wanted to say. You can have really smart, learned people as your friends. I'm not saying like an idiot is just like I'm saying you can have really smart, learned people, but unless they are sticking to truth, it's better to not surround yourself with them. And that's part of the reason, Anakin turned. It's part of the reason that Qui-Gon questioned a lot. And it's part of the reason that Count Dooku left the Order and became Count Dooku. It's interesting. Ooh, is that our house? That looks like Grandma and Grandpa's car. All right. Car. In other words, surround yourself with greatness, be smart, make good decisions, lift heavy if you can. Always lift heavy. Stay strong, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Woo!